Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey guys, it's Adam here. In the previous episodes of Flying and Eating, my buddy Snowman and I made our way up to Michigan and then onward to Ontario, Canada. We've had all sorts of food, all sorts of adventures, including some really good pizza. But now we're going to continue our adventure in the Maple Empire. Good morning. It's day, 5, 6? I have no idea. I'm now in a mall area in Mississauga. Over there is a Costco. Canadians love that. Actually, Scott the Canadian used to work there. Back here, there's actually a Panda Express, which may not sound like a big deal, but I remember that when that came here, Scott was like, oh my god, you gotta try this place called Panda Express, it's crazy, because I think there's very few of those in Canada. But we're actually here because of this. This is Second Cup Coffee. This is what Canada should have done instead of Tim Hortons. This place is fantastic, I love it, and I can't wait to experience it again. But also this area has a couple of things I just want to point out to you because they're also nicely condensed. There was a McDonald's nearby, and there's a nice reminder that here, the McDonald's logo has a maple leaf in it, per some Canadian law and pro-Canadian content. I'm not an expert on that. If anybody is American and old enough to remember Alexander Graham Bell phones, Ma Bell, still a thing here. And also, if you're ever out in this particular area, right there's this great Indian place called Tandoori Flame, and right beyond that is one of the only Krispy Kremes in Canada. This is an oddly Americana area. There's a slightly better look at a Canadian Tire. And how can I describe it except maybe Jiffy Lube hooked up with a Walmart? I don't know. There's the Krispy Kreme. I remember going there a bunch. I drove up here. I used to drive up to Canada a lot, well, specifically this area. And I remember going in there all the time. That's one of the ones where they give you the nice, fresh, hot donut and everything. But the quality of ingredients is typically better than the American ones. So it's kind of a unique Krispy Kreme experience. So this is an example of an Ontario license plate. I think I've shown them to you in the past. However, we got a nice little surprise. Check it out. This is the uber rare New Brunswick license plate. That's pretty cool to see. Hey guys, if we had flown back there, that's the airport in Toronto. Yeah, I know. I know where we are. You're probably wondering where Snowman is. He's in there. But funny enough, he's taking out revenge on Tim Hortons. Rather than ordering that stuff and coming out with a double-double and, you know, trash, just absolute he's actually going in there to leave a double dumper. He's gonna give them. Oh, this is another thing to point out. This is a chain called Pizza Pizza. It is horrific. It like aspires to be Little Caesars, which tells you something about the quality. Please, I beg you, if you come up here, don't go to Pizza Pizza and don't go to Tim Hortons. Although this one may be unavoidable. Homie's first impression of a Tim Hortons was expectedly bad. He couldn't even give him a double dumple. Their bathrooms didn't work. Apparently the door was installed backwards and wrong and therefore couldn't lock or close. So he's like, they don't even know how to build buildings in Tim Hortons. So we're back to McDonald's. We'll see how this goes. All right, how you feeling? You okay?
Yeah, I left a couple of McNuggets. I'm doing all right.
Better than a double dumple. In Canada, you can't be a Chad, but you can be a Ched, eh? So way in the distance, you can vaguely see sunlight. Now, it is interesting to note that that's basically where the United States would be.
In 800 meters, use the left 2 lanes to take the Gardiner Expressway exit toward Toronto.
You. Behold, the Toronto skyline, the CN Tower, and a bunch of construction. Look, a sports ball facility of, I have no idea, probably hockey, but it doesn't look like a hockey arena. I don't know, the Torontos. All right, that's a good team name. And there you go. Oh, look, Coca-Cola Coliseum. Dave! Atlanta Dave, aren't you excited? Coca-Cola Coliseum, where a sports ball happens. That used to be the Air Canada Center, now it's the Rogers Center. I actually saw the Chicago Bulls play the Raptors in there a couple of times. It was pretty cool. There was a really good Jimmy Butler game where he just like single-handedly willed the team into success. Behold the power! So you'll never believe this, but we're in downtown Toronto. Of course, there's the CN Tower, Scotiabank thing back there. A few of their buildings. Behind us, we've also got their Ripley's Believe It or Not thing and the Air Canada Center, which is now called the Rogers Center. But yeah, this is the heart of downtown Toronto. Yes, yes, I know you were worried. Of course, the Sega Pluto has visited the CN Tower in Toronto. It says Toronto back there. You get it. It's been here. I think that's an arena. I could be wrong, but I think it is there. We have TD. TD stands for Toronto something or other, but it's a bank. That's here. There's just hotels and stuff. And Dave will be really excited because right behind this truck, you have the corporate headquarters of Delta. That's definitely Delta Airlines. They're not actually based in Atlanta. I'm sure he won't be mad at me. But look up there, you can see the CN Tower and the reflection. Very nice. If you ever actually go up there, by the way, there's two different things. So there's the bigger part, that's the main observation deck, and then up, like higher than that, there's like a smaller one. I've been to both. The thing with the CN Tower is it's really tall, but there's not much to see once you're up there. However, fun fact, the bigger one has, of course, a Tim Hortons in it. Oh, FYI to my fellow Americans, if you have BMO Harris Bank, that's actually Bank of Montreal. Canadians, they have all the banks. So believe it or not, we found something interesting. No, it's not Ripley's Aquarium of Canada. It's actually this.
I guess they worship me or something.
They probably do. They do worship snow gods, and
Waiting for my tribute, and it better not be Timmy's or else it'll get in for a long...
oh, hey, we're gonna take you over to Timmy's there.
Yeah,
Get you some Timbits. Get you double and a Timbits. That's how we worship you as a god there, we do, yeah. Oh, you know it.
Get prepared for a really long winter.
Oh, we're used to that. All right, so we're gonna bounce out and leave his snowman friend here. One thing that's an interesting observation about this area that is so definitively Canadian metropolis, there's a shocking lack of the Canadian flag. Like, we don't see one around here anywhere. I don't get why. This would be like the obvious place to put one, but...
That is just because Toronto really wishes it was Chicago.
Oh, shots fired. I like Toronto a lot, but I have to like Chicago more. We're from there. It's it's just what it is. But I'm very pro Toronto. Toronto's a good city, and we know we pronounce. We're not doing that, but we know about the. I'm so local to Toronto. You'll notice I don't pronounce the second T. Canadians will get that. So I realized we didn't do a whole lot in Toronto. We just kind of showed you the CN Tower. We don't really have time. We just thought we'd do that as a little thing. At some point I'll come back with Scott, the Canadian, and we'll do like a whole proper Toronto adventure. This is just not that day. But Snowy, you got any comments about Toronto? What'd you think of it?
It was nice.
It was nice?
It was nice, yeah.
In 200 meters, turn left onto Lower Simcoe Street.
Except for the lady and go to
the lady in my phone is just very rude. She interrupts us a lot. So Snowman is in second cup, believe it or not, enjoying a hot chocolate, and I'm out here showing you guys stuff. Toys R Us. It is still widely available in Canada, though it is making a bit of a comeback in the States. We're gonna pop in for like 2 seconds. I already left. There was nothing of any interest in there. Believe it or not, this is gonna sound really weird. Kit Kat, Toys R Us, was actually very good at selling like weird Canadian Kit Kats. Actually, this location in particular, they had none. It was gone. Sadness. I was gonna get them for my cousin. This cousin does exist, I swear. The one who I get all this candy for, it really is not me. I know it looks like it is, but it's not. No, the joke is too easy. This was a golden opportunity to have a store called Looney Bin. I'm just saying, it's a dollar store. Should have been called the Looney Bin, don't you think?
Yeah.
Instead of Looney, nah, missed golden opportunity. All right, everybody, dinner time. We are in Milton, Ontario, and I'm taking homie here to a very Canadian chain. It is called Swiss Chalet. This is actually not a joke. I know the Canadians are laughing. Swiss Chalet, the best way I can describe it is if Denny's and Boston Market merged together and then removed all the terrible elements of both of those places, because they both suck. But Swiss Chalet doesn't. As an American, I really wish we had this, but they're proudly Canadian and they refuse to leave Canada. So we're going to go there.
Yay.
They have chickens.
I like chicken.
I like chicken. They have chicken and fries. Rotisserie chicken specifically. All right, our food has arrived. What'd you end up with here?
Say rotisserie chicken barbecue bacon like burger thing.
Okay.
It was supposed to have coleslaw on it, but I don't like coleslaw, so I made it less healthy.
Right, of course, as one does. But
So
you
it's
compensated
gotta
with extra fries.
Oh, I didn't ask for it.
Yeah, but it looks like that's what happened anyway. So
We'll find out.
yeah, we will. Meanwhile, I got like a festive chicken dinner thing. So it's dark meat, fries, cranberry sauce. There's technically some vegetation in there. Stuffing, bread roll, and I'm gonna have some honey glazed sauce to go with it. This is Swiss Chalet's like chalet sauce. It's okay. It's not my favorite thing. Their honey glazed sauce is amazing, so I'm gonna wait for that as my dipping sauce. So my dinner actually came with a free box of Lindor assorted chocolates. It also came with a scratch card where you can win all kinds of prizes, and you'll never believe what I won. A free salad. I'm not that bad. I'll give it to somebody. The waitress. So we are cruising along out of Milton, and we're coming up to this bridge. This is the bridge that basically allows you to bypass the city of Hamilton, which I believe is right over there, Hamilton, Ontario. And they built this to basically cut across over to Niagara Falls just to make it a lot more efficient. Because going through a city, of course, would add a lot of traffic. And I think I speak for both of us when I say we wish that the city of Chicago would build a bridge over to Michigan to cut out Indiana. No offense, Indiana, but full offense.
That would be awesome.
So I am now down in Niagara Falls, as you can probably tell. These people want to be in the video. Hi! So, yeah, we're in Niagara Falls. Canadians are friendly. What can I say? And so, actually, here's a haunted house called Nightmares. I remember going to this, like, back in 2012. It's crazy. There's actually... This is basically a meme. Bye! It's basically a meme. You might see this thing of these people who are always frozen online. Right there. There's this meme of people being terrified, and there's like this sudden bright light that actually comes from this place in Niagara Falls. This place is fascinating. We're gonna go look a little bit at it. Snowman's back at the hotel, he's done for the day. But this place is interesting because it's kind of the Canadian equivalent of Vegas meets Disneyland almost. It's almost the most southern point of the country, not literally, but basically. And it's a really cool tourist hotspot. We're gonna go kind of take a look at some stuff. We'll show you more stuff during the day, obviously. So back there, you can almost see the equivalency of like the Las Vegas, I don't know if they still have that. Vegas have that spire needle thing. They've got one here. Again, I can't stress this enough. This is Canadian Vegas. What did I say? Casinos. So we are obviously very close to the border. There's a Canadian duty-free store right here. Over here's the Hershey store and Hard Rock, which I find very funny because you're in Canada. Oh look, the moon looks nice. You're in Canada, but it's all American chains. Hard Rock Cafe. Starbucks, obviously the Hershey store, Coca-Cola store, who knew? But right over here is basically border control to get to the other side. Obviously, another shout out to Atlanta Dave. There's a Coca-Cola store, dude. You gotta come here.
Yeah, when you're not there.
Being back at the Hershey store is surreal. I kind of remember like 2012. I don't know if I still have the photo, but I kind of remember, maybe it was where this thing is. There was like this big statue thing. And I remember like standing like right in front of it. I don't know if I still have the photo or not, but it's weird. Now, if you're over here, and I actually did this back in 2012, 2013, there is a pedestrian walking bridge you can actually go on to cross into, that is New York State on the other side. Now, what's funny about that is I remember like back in 2012, an ex-girlfriend and I were here, and we wanted to check out the American side, so we just decided to walk across because it was faster. And when we got to border control, woman in New York was just like, what's your reason for being here? And we were just like, oh, we just wanted to check out the American side and then we'll head back. She's like, oh, you'll be back in Canada in 5 minutes. And I cannot stress enough how correct that was. So I'm obviously not over there, but what you're seeing is the New York side. And I have to admit, it's a lot better looking than it used to be. So this bridge right here is actually, you can drive across that. I think there's a toll, but once you're on that side, you're back in the United States. But this side, Canadian Vegas. So one thing I really like about the view, even from the Canadian side at night, is it's all illuminated, even though that side is the American side, which you can see, of course, there, the bridge and everything, and that's customs over there. But the Canadians light this side up, even though it's on the US side, which I think is really cool. The pièce de résistance, the main entree, if you will, is down there. We're gonna go take a look. So you can see up the street there, that's where you start to get that Vegas vibe. So, yeah, again, not only from the casino bit, but just tons and tons of lit up things, everything trying to get your attention. Flash this way, see this big thing, it says love. And of course you have a Canadian flag, as well as Niagara. See, now they've got the falls running in the red, white, and blue down there as well. Just saying, because that's the US side. So we're pretty close up to the falls now. You can actually see the area down there where the Maid of the Mist, where people come in, they get on the boat, and they go in there. I've never actually done that. Maybe one day we'll do that. Not on this trip, but maybe one day. So this building is basically the touristy center for Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. Also interesting for another reason, because I'm pretty sure chunks of Superman 2 were shot right here. I think this is where, you know, Clark goes off for the hot dog or whatever, and then of course the kid falls down there. Like, some of that was obviously staged, but I think they actually did location filming for some of those parts. So right here, this spot, I remember there is an old photo of me standing like right next to this thing, And you can, oh, it's wet. That makes sense. It's all misty. And you can see all that in the background. We will come back here during the day though, and so you can see it nicer. So it's like insane. You can see the water going down there. Fun thing is that water pressure is so intense that on average, the land under it actually recedes about 3 feet per year. So over time, like where this is, has actually been drawn at different places. So the observation deck every once in a while is restructured to match it, which is insane. One thing I want to point out to you, if you're either Canadian or American, depending on your phone plan, doesn't matter, this happens on both sides, you are so close to each country, your phone will start getting really confused as to which cell phone provider it's supposed to be using. So because I'm in Canada, it's been using the Canadian system, but now because America's right there, my phone's American, I'm American, so my phone keeps trying to switch over to it, and as a result, they're constantly tugging war, thus my connection really sucks here. So this may sound insane, but every once in a while, US and Canada do like just a funsies thing. There's actually been things where they set up a tightrope, and like some performer will walk from one side to the other, like over it. Nuts. Fun little fact about this bridge to my fellow video game fans, it's actually referred to officially as the Rainbow Bridge. Hey, Mario Kart references. So I know I've mentioned this in the past, but one of the funny things about border towns like this is they appeal to the stereotypes that the other side is looking for. Americans are often looking for ketchup flavored Lay's, which by the way you should never eat because they're disgusting. But they don't do this anymore. But they used to advertise Cuban cigars everywhere because there was a time when they were, you know, until 2016, that was like one of the last things Obama did before he left, is he made Cuban cigars legal. But that used to be a thing where you could just get them anywhere here because everybody's like, oh yes, Cuban cigars, we've got them. Okay, so he's got snacky time going on. These are from Canada. What do we got first?
Sizzling cheeseburger, late night Doritos.
Show me. All right, cheeseburger flavored Doritos. What do you think?
When I first opened the bag, it was like someone trapped a scent of a McDonald's in the bag.
Is that good or?
Depends on how much you like McDonald's.
Well, you ate there today, so probably good.
It felt like I was back there.
All right.
But the chip's not bad. It definitely has a subtle hint of cheeseburger to it.
Okay. Good to know.
First is going to be Mr. Big, the
All
exact opposite of me.
Yeah, okay, Tiny.
Yeah. I've lost weight on this trip. I
It's
gotta
true.
undo all of my
He's true.
progress right now.
I've made him walk and lose some weight, so naturally he's about to destroy all that progress.
I have to try it, or I'm going to get home and nobody will recognize me.
Yeah, that's true. His dad will be like, yo, who is this guy?
Okay, it's not bad.
What's in it?
I ripped off the part that had what's in it.
Do you like it?
It's not bad. It's like somebody took and made a small little like marshmallow treat, like Rice Krispie treat roll, and then covered it in chocolate.
All right.
That's basically all that is. This time we got O. Henry. I guess this is something used to be in the States, but they're not around as much anymore, if at all. So I haven't seen one of these in like decades. Figure I'm gonna try it and see what I missed out on. And if I like it, I guess I have to go back to Canada for it. We'll be liberating more of these. But it looks like it has peanuts, fudge, and some other crap I ripped up. Caramel. Covered in chocolate. It's like a baby roof without the nougat.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
It's pretty good. I don't see why they removed this from the market. Why weren't you eating these? All you people who could have been keeping this candy alive.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
I mean Americans. What do you mean?
Same.
Oh.
This one, we've got a Wonder Bar.
Wunderbar.
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 Volkswagen.
German. Yes, Volkswagen, yeah.
Yeah, not made by Volkswagen.
No.
No. No, this is just a candy bar. Comes from Britain.
No, it comes from Canada.
Cadbury. Aren't they British?
Yeah, but now
So-
they're actually technically they're American. They're actually based in Chicago now.
Oh, so good
Mondelez.
stuff.
I actually showed you their factory once. Remember? We went to Kuma's.
You think I listen to you?
No, that's a good point. But go ahead and open this thing.
Creamy peanut butter and chewy caramel. It's definitely not the creamy caramel wall. I have to go to the other end because this end is just literally stuck to the wrapper. I don't know what to describe this as. It's like someone took a slight fraction of every candy bar ever made and put it into one thing.
And
It's not my favorite.
okay. I always thought it was
I'm
kind
liking
of.
it.
I thought it was like a Butterfinger, but with caramel.
Well, I mean, I'm not having trouble chewing it.
Right.
Butterfinger these days, I bite into it and it's like,
They
ow.
hurt. I know. What I'm saying is, you get rid of the hurty part and you replace it with caramel.
It's like someone added Rice Krispies to my Milky Way,
Okay.
but with better caramel and better chocolate.
Well, yeah. All right. So tell me, how do you rank the three of them? What's third? What's last?
I'm gonna say this is last.
Okay.
Wonder Bar's last.
Okay. What's the second?
Oh, Henry's in the second because somebody with my Baby Ruth. I love Baby Ruths.
All right.
It's probably why it failed. Blame Nestle.
Okay.
And then, obviously, that leaves Mr. Big. Mr. Big's at the top.
Mr. Big's a winner. All right.
It is.
All right, Canada. Snowman approves of Mr. Big.
Good morning. It's day, I think, 6 here in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. And funny enough, the sun has come out. But as you can see, it's on the American side. And so Canada just kind of benefits from the windfall of our buddy Sunshine liberating us with freedom or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Point is, we're going to go check out the falls again now that it's daylight. He's going to see it, take some photos, you know, that kind of touristy stuff. This time of year, it's totally dead. There's nobody around here. I will give you a pro tip, though. We decided to park very close. It's like $35 Canadian to park. Don't do that. Go to the cheaper parking and walk. We didn't do that because we're stupid. In the future, you should do that. So there you go. There's the American side, but it's a much better view from the Canadian side over there during the day. And check it out. Of course, that's the main event. And you can see all that mist coming off. Of course, that's because the water is hitting it with the ground with such intensity that it does that, which is really cool. Sunshine, for once, we actually kind of appreciate your cancer rays. Honestly, it's keeping us warm.
I'm definitely needing it.
Yeah.
Dum-Dum didn't pack anything warm.
That's on you, dog. Always bring a hoodie, especially when you know when you're going to Canada. Check it out. Sega Pluto has reached Niagara Falls. This right here, probably the best view you can get, at least from a distance. Very clean. Also the oddity that there is sunlight, and it's not too misty. It's very nice. Are you enjoying your view?
Yes, except it's a little bit chilly.
Well, we've been over that. Somebody didn't think ahead. So now, because it's cold, what we're gonna do is we're gonna head much closer to the mist. That way it sprays all over us and he freezes. He's a snowman. They have to like that.
No, I don't like that. No, take me to Florida.
I'm not taking you to Florida. We are gonna cross into the States though, so you'll be in Buffalo where freedom is allowed and warmth is also a possibility. I don't often appreciate nature that much, but this is some baller nature. So right there you can actually see the American side observation deck, so they just get like a small chunk of it. If you're an American in particular, make sure you got a passport so you can experience the Canadian side, because the simple truth is, it's just much better than the American side. Even though the American side actually has the fall on it, you just can't see it nearly as well as you can from the vantage point of Ontario. So their view from that angle is probably pretty good, but they missed that entire section and most of it, whereas the Canadian side has like a much more complete view. And here we are at the epicenter, which is mostly mist, but you can see it. Look how neat that is. Just a torrent of water with a great backdrop. Yeah, that's very humbling. I do recommend this to anybody. All right, we are leaving the edge of Canada. What do you think of Niagara?
It's cold.
It is cold, but that's the law. It's Canada. So now we're going to head onward, and we're going to hit up that Rainbow Bridge and head over to the U.S., going over to New York for a bit. We got objectives. All right, we have left the legal side of Canada. You can see the flag is still there, so we're technically on their soil. However, you can see right past it, there's an American flag, and that is the definitive.
Continue straight to stay on Rainbow Bridge.
We were doing that, lady. A second border right there. Okay, now we're in the United States of America again, although not legally. So we're gonna go do customs and all that
Welcome
sort
to
of
the
thing.
United States of America.
Thanks, lady. I already knew that.
In 600 meters, turn left onto First Street.
Awesome. Thank you for your advice. We're going to border control, which means I got to put the phone down because I don't want to be in any trouble, especially with her, the evil lady who lives in my phone. All right, officially back in the United States, then the state of New York. Often forget, Bull, that you can drive from Michigan to New York through this. But anyway, it's cool. Yeah, no big deal on the customs because we are Americans. He basically was like, what'd you go to Canada for? And before we could even finish, he's like, all right, whatever, just go. He didn't even like finish our answer. But now we're going to head on, and homie here wants to try something crazy.
Wings in Buffalo.
Actually, I was talking about McDonald's. But yes, he's going to McDonald's first for breakfast.
And that'll do it for part 3. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned to part 4, the final part of this series, in which we go over to Buffalo, New York, and see all that it has, including Buffalo Wild Wings and its history. So about halfway through the video, we'll be back in Canada. But anyway, stay tuned to all that, and we really appreciate it. So thank you very much for watching. If you guys could do me a favor, please like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you've never done that before, as well as check out all the social media stuff in the description. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, Spreadshirt, etc. I appreciate the support on those platforms. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.